Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm Tony Davis. This is T3D Lifestyle. So after a couple of rains, had a couple of days of rain, and sort of threw the chemical balance of my pool off, and you can see it's a yellowish green. It's because it has that mustard algae in it. You can see it here. Better look at it. And essentially, it starts turning your pool green. You can see, especially around the wall there, the buildup around the wall. So I'm going to show you how to get your pool back blue. Because if you're like me, they charge you a lot to do this type stuff. So I'm just trying to help you out here. So I'm going to show you everything you need to get, how to apply it, and we're going to get this thing back looking blue and pretty. Okay, so everything I got here you can get from your local Lowe's and mostly Walmart, but I particularly go to Lowe's because they have more brand selection. So to combat the mustard algae, I have this Yellow Gun. I bought 2 of them because one of this is 1 per 15,000 gallons. My pool is 25,000 gallons, so I got 2 of these. I got 2 of the Pool Essentials, like this is pure chlorine. So it's gonna, this is gonna kill the mustard algae and any other algae too, it'll drop it. But this is just some extra reinforcement to actually, it's gonna kill algae, and it's also it's extra chlorine in the water. After that, which I prefer to use the Clorox Pool Shot Clear, because for my pool, it works the best in keeping my water crisp and blue. And I have the 4-in-1 because I'm using these other chemicals. But typically, if I'm doing my maintenance, I'm using the 6-in-1 Clorox Pool Algae. And I have some chlorine tablets, which is going to maintain the chlorine level in my pool. I usually put 1 in the skimmer basket, and I put 2 in a little floating chlorine dispenser. Again, all of these things you can get from your local Lowe's and even Walmart. But I just prefer to go to Lowe's because I get my military discount. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add both of these into my pool. I'm going to go around the pool, around around the edges of the pool. And then after that, I'm going to wait 5 minutes, and I'm going to pour both of these jugs of this Pool Essentials chlorinating liquid in there. And then I'm gonna let that just filter through my my pool till tomorrow. Just a couple of hours, but it's best to do 24 hours. Let that all filter in. So tomorrow, when we take a look at this, a lot of the algae should be at the bottom, in a dust form at the bottom. So I'm gonna take my vacuum and vacuum the bottom of my pool out. After I do that, I'm gonna add the shock so that it'll definitely make my pool crisp and blue, as well as the chlorine tablet. So this is a process that really you should take about 1 to 2 days, or really 1 to 3 days, so that it could really get everything, the chemicals can really get in your pool and do its job. A lot of this stuff is quick, fast, like the shock. You can put this shock in a pool and 25 minutes later you can swim. But here in South Carolina, we've been getting a lot of rain lately. It's killing the chemicals in the pool. So, I'm going to take my time and clear up that murky, yellowish, nasty stuff you see. And then after that, I'm going to, get some video of it looking nice, crisp, pretty, and blue. So right now I'm going to take this Yellow Gun and I'm going to pour both of them like right around the edges of the pool there. Right around. I don't have somebody to hold the camera for me now, but I probably will in a minute. But let me get this done, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to add this chlorinating liquid. It's been 5 minutes, and you can already see how that Yellow Gun's doing its work. See the blue right there in the seed area. It's already doing some of the work. But I'm gonna add this chlorination liquid to it. Let me see if I can get somebody to hold my camera.
Daddy has to shoot it. That's what Daddy has to do. He has to stop. Have to stop watching a video. Have to pause it. You know why? He was have to pause my video because he got to shoot YouTube real quick. About what happened with his pool. Look how green the pool is. He's shooting the video. Daddy, you're in the pool. The pool is
I'm gonna focus on the deep end because this is where most of it is. Be careful because this stuff will splash up on you. This pure chlorine. This will eat through. If you more than turn your clothes white, it'll eat through your clothes.
but Daddy.
All right.
How much?
Okay, now that we have that in, it's basically we're on the clock. We're gonna wait about 24 hours tomorrow. Tomorrow morning when I get up, I'm gonna come out here, and what we should see is a lot of that. See that little spot right there? That's the algae dust that's settled in the bottom. So you should see a lot of algae, piles of algae dust in the bottom of the pool. And then what I'm gonna do is take my time and vacuum the bottom of this pool, shock it, and we're gonna get it back pretty and blue. All right. Okay guys, it's the next morning here, South Carolina. If you remember yesterday, I put some Yellow Gun, and if I can get this gate open here, guys. I put the Yellow Gun and the chlorination, liquid chlorination, and look. This is the next day, guys. You can see that spot is still there. And now what you see is, a lot of the algae has been disintegrated. Some settlement there and some settlement there. Let's get down and take a closer look at it. By the way, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning here in South Carolina. Nice morning so far. It's probably gonna get hot. Let's take a closer look. All right, you can see that. So what I'm going to do today in a little bit, I just want to come out here and take a look at it this morning. As you can see, let's back away here. All I need to do is take my brush over there. See my brush? And I am going to, I prefer this brush versus the long head brush. And I tell you why, because the long head brush is so awkward that I kind of prefer this little small brush. I got this from Walmart. You see my net there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that brush and scrape down the rest of that, mustard algae deposit there. I'm gonna scrape it all down. I'm gonna let it settle. And then I'm gonna take my vacuum here over my pool box. We had some storms come through, guys, so we had to take our all of our pillows down, take the umbrella down and all that stuff. But I got my hose right here. Let's see where there it is. This thing's my lifesaver here. See those bristles under the bottom. So I'm gonna let this settle. I'm gonna scrape the algae around the sides. I'm gonna let it settle in the bottom, kind of like that right there. Then I'm gonna take the vacuum there and I'm gonna vacuum that algae up. Now I do have a dolphin here, and I mean, he's pretty good, but what he's gonna do is as he's trudging along the bottom and sucking stuff up, he's just gonna stir that algae up. He's gonna stir it up, and then it's gonna settle right back down. So using the vacuum here, You know, I'm connect my hose to there. And once I get to this step, I'll show you guys. But I'm gonna vacuum the bottom of my pool out real good. And obviously it's going to get all of that stuff up. Because again, once I scrape all of this, brush all of that, it's gonna settle down into the bottom of the pool. And then I'm gonna vacuum everything up. Once I finish vacuuming up, I'm gonna go and get my shock. I'm gonna shock this pool and add my chlorination tablets. I usually use one in a skimmer, and I have the little floaty thing here. When you're, I usually put 2 tablets in the bottom of it. Once the tablets are done, this little red thing pops up like that. This is one of the things, again, you can get this at Lowe's or Home Depot. And I used to put about 2 to 3 tablets in my skimmer bucket. But what that does is the pressure from the filtration system sucking things down, those tablets sit in your basket, and eventually what happens is they start bulging your basket. So I only put 1 in there now, and I purchased that and just let that free float around in the pool, distributing chlorine in the pool. Only thing I don't like about that thing is that it eventually finds its way down to my skimmer, blocks the skimmer, and I usually have to go get it. But I think while I'm taking the time to do this, I'm actually going to attach a line to that so that it'll just, float out so far, but it won't go into the skimmer. All right. So again, this is day 2, guys. The next morning, after hitting it with the Yellow Gone and the chlorination liquid, and as you can see, it looks a lot better than it did yesterday. And we're gonna go from there, okay? All right, guys, I got my brush here, and I've already started on this end here. As you can see, she is looking blue. Just a little bit here on the sides. You see I'm brushing it down. A little bit here on the sides. Make sure I get that real good. I thought I was gonna have to vacuum it. I may not have to. I'm gonna just run the brush over this little stuff here, and then I'm going to, as you can see, that's some algae build up there. I think I'm gonna run the brush up and stir it up, and then I'm just gonna see if it's gonna form back. The filtration system might actually suck it up out of there because it's not that much. I've done this before, and when I did it before, there was like real big piles of yeah, that's dissipating a little bit, but we'll see. I'll check on this later on, and if I see another pile, then I might vacuum it. But right now, I may not have to vacuum it. We'll see. That's a big pile right there. And I'm not concerned too much about stirring it back up. This pool, these chemicals in this pool will continue to work to kill this. And so I'm not too much concerned about it stirring up right now. I'm just gonna break it up, take a look at it, and see if it's gonna form back up somewhere. Then I may vacuum, but I may not have to. We'll see. But yeah, it's the joys of owning a pool. They're beautiful to have, beautiful to have on a hot day like today, to get into it and just enjoy yourself. But it's a lot of maintenance, and some people pay for it, and it's okay to do that if you just don't want to get out here and do this type of stuff. But hey, if you're willing to get out here and do the work, it doesn't take a lot to get your pool back looking nice. So you can see how this looks nice since, from yesterday, and even this morning, those chemicals are gonna continue to work. Now, I do have some leaves and stuff down in there. I'm just gonna take my net and scoop those out. You don't want those to stay in there because that's just introducing more stuff into your pool here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this settle again for a little bit, and then if I see algae dust, I'm gonna break out my vacuum and vacuum the bottom. This stuff down here, I'm not gonna vacuum it. I'm gonna use my net to get that out. And then hopefully everything looks good, and we'll talk about the steps that come after, after shocking and bringing your pool back to crispy blue. There's still other things we have to do. You have to make sure the pH level is right, alkalinity, just a lot of different things have to be right within it. And we'll talk about that pretty much a little bit later in this video. So I'm going to give this pool a couple of hours here to see if this dust is going to settle. And if not, we'll move to the next step of clearing the debris out and shocking it. All right. As you can see, this is day 3. Yesterday, I actually scooped the leaves and stuff out of it. It's only a few in there. That probably came from overnight. You can see it's blue, but still a little bit murky. And you can see right there, there's still a little bit of settlement. Not too concerned with that. But what I'm gonna do is, I actually left this out last night, is I'm gonna go ahead and shock it. And again, I prefer the Clorox pool products. They are awesome. Most of, these are roughly about $6-7 a bag. And these little tablets, believe it or not, they're Clorox. They're about the same, about 6 or 7. The Yellow Gun was about $15 a bottle, and then the pool chlorination was the least expensive. I think it was $7 to $8 a bottle. But we're gonna go ahead and put this shock in here. And we're gonna get this thing back crispy blue. And again, my pool is 25,000 gallon. It's called a Rio. The model of this is called a Rio. And so when you're using this stuff, typically, 2 bags will do it. Or if they have it also in a bottle, that'll do it. And this is the 4-in-1. Once I use this to maintain my pool, I use the 6-in-1, and you can sort of see here some of the things that this does. And again, it's swim ready in 15-20 minutes. Everything's swim ready. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to see if I can find a stand. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and get this in the pool. Okay, you want to really get this into the deep end of the pool here. And my filter should turn on pretty soon. Actually, it's on. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to drain some of this water out of the pool, because it's way, as you can see here, we had another rain yesterday, and it's too high. My pool's not going to filter properly with that much. So let me get some of this water out of the pool, and then I'm going to add some shock. And we're gonna wait a little bit, and you're gonna see how crispy and blue you'll be able to see to the bottom of that, okay? So we'll take this and open it here. Pull it open. Let's try to put it together. Normally I have no trouble opening these. Just able to pull it here and pull it open. Looks like this is going to be a little bit of a problem. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. All right. So I'm going to pour this entire bag into the deep end of the pool right there. Okay. Okay, that's one. Let's get the other one. Bag number 2. It's best if it's on a windy day, kind of do this away from you because the dust from this kicks up, and if you smell this stuff, it's whoa. One of the Clorox tablets there in my filter basket, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this distribution system here. You can kind of hear it here. These are simple. You just twist the top. See if I can do it with one hand here. There we go. Twist the top off. And let's get all of these open. Three. Now these tablets are pure chlorine, man, and let me tell you, let's get it out of here. The best way to handle these things really is with some gloves, because this is pure chlorine, and it will definitely burn your fingers. All right, so this thing can actually hold up to 3 or 4 tablets. I just put 2 tablets in there. Let's tighten this up. All right, and just toss that right in the pool. Let's grab this one. We're gonna put that one down in here. All right, we're gonna wait a couple of hours, come back, and this should be nice and blue, crispy blue. Okay, this is the 4th and final day of the pool restoration. As far as getting it back blue, let's take a look, guys. Look at that. Look at that. See how nice, pretty dragonfly. He's gonna get a little water. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Now, what I'm gonna do is really quick. I'm going to test the water and see what we're looking at here. I use these Clorox test strips. They're very easy to use. Once you dip it in water for about 15-20 seconds, you hold it up to here and it tells you, I don't know if you can see that or not, if it's okay, if it's low. So it works pretty good. Should be able to get this off with one hand. Okay, let's take it here. Here's what it looks like. Let's get into a little bit of light, guys. This is what it looks like. And we'll take it and dip it into our water here. Let's hold it there for about 15 seconds. Looking good though, right, guys? Just imagine what this looked like before we got started with this. You remember what it looked like? All right. So this is pretty much it. You know, pretty much I've shot this video over 4 days just to keep it, you know, honest with you guys. But you see that in about 3 days, 2 to 3 days, you can get your pool from looking like this back to this, right? You can do this yourself. Again, all you need is some Yellow Gone, which I use. I use some chlorination liquid, and I use the Clorox Clear Shock. But you can see, guys, this is looking good. Looking good. All right, so is this your first time watching my channel? What I'd like you to do is like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to just reach out in the comments and let me know if you need any tips or tricks or anything like that. But hey, we got this thing back blue, and actually we got it back blue in 2 days, but just I gave it 4 days time to get it like just looking really, really good. And once again, I'm going to go to Lowe's, get some pH up and something to increase my alkalinity, and that's it. Nice healthy pool.